Hello and welcome back to Let's Go Huntin'. Today we're here on Val-Des-Bois to hunt Alpine Ibex with the 270. There was just an update to Shadowplay, which is the software I use to record videos with, and I think it might be called Share now. I didn't entirely understand what was going on there, but I can't seem to find the setting, or maybe it's just not possible anymore to record my desktop, so I can't show you the random selections that we have, but you have to trust me on this one. We have Alpine Ibex with the 270. So I'll show you where we're at on the map before we get going. We are spawned right up here, almost as far north as we can get. We'll probably kind of loop down like that, and we'll just see what we find. Eventually we'll probably have to either come back up or something, because we're not going to kill a ton of Ibex. Of course, using a rifle, they'll continually be spooked. Also, I did bring the 22 grasshoppers. Should we find any ptarmigan, we'll probably try to get them as well. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully everything goes well, being that Shadowplay or Share, whatever it's called now, updated. Hopefully I got all the settings ready to go, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, so we had a male Ibex call up here. I think when we get to this rock up ahead, we should be able to hopefully at least get eyes on him, see if he's very big or anything, at least have a shot opportunity. I think the range should help us out a little bit. Okay, I think I may have said call earlier, but I guess sound would be a better word for that. I think he is. Oh, that's a big Ibex. Alright, so we're gonna get prone here. Make sure we have a good shot opportunity, because there are situations where you can shoot an Ibex and they can end up getting in a place that it's not impossible to get to them, it can be really hard. So good shot placement is very, very crucial, especially when hunting Ibex, but when hunting anything really. Alright, actually I just caught a glimpse of another one there, but nothing compared to this guy. Let's take our shot. Looked like a solid hit. He did run, and I think he just went down. I don't see... Okay, yes I do. I was waiting for one of the other Ibex to make itself visible, so I could have an idea of where I want to go next if it stops in view. So I think we probably had like a single lung shot there, possibly just shoulder blade. Ibex don't tend to run very far, even with poor shots often. The only reason I'm staying crouched is because, just in case one of the Ibex happens to stay around, for some reason they don't run very far sometimes, so they might not be all that far away. And obviously, using a gun and just the fact that there's not a ton of Ibex, the more, or the less, rather, we can spook, the better. And also, see, I hear one, which we may have just spooked, but I see another one, which is right there, so we're going to take a shot at it. Alright, down it goes. Here's this one. It's probably going to be a tough shot to get in through the trees. I don't know if we're going to get a shot opportunity. Nah, I'm not going to waste ammo. It was a female, so I'm not super concerned about it. We'll go back. I know there's a way to get down here without falling down. Now we can run, I think. No, we got the other Ibex. So yeah, you could just see there, they don't run very far sometimes. The second time that one ran plenty far, but the second Ibex that we shot, the female, it just did not run very far. And that just tends to happen, so let's pick up our big male. I think he's got potential to actually be my best ever, which is only 256 right now, so... Ooh, there's a ptarmigan. Just a second. Whoa. I think we may have just experienced the flying death animation while it was on the ground, which I guess... I don't know if that's intended or not. Anyway, after all that, See what he scores. Oh, we actually did single on them. 235. Definitely a really good start. So let's take a picture. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. I've been hearing like ptarmigan flying sounds, and I haven't seen any others besides the one we shot here, which I think was a female. Pretty sure the males are gray. Yeah. And we have our female ibex here. Pretty small one. Very small one, actually. 57. So, 3 kills already in Alpine Ibex tracking level 9. That's definitely helpful. So, I think we're past where we were going to start heading this way. So, we're going to be going up through this forest anyway where that other female ran. So if we run into her, we'll be shooting her. Otherwise, we'll see what else we find. Alright guys, I just caught a glimpse of another really nice ibex, right roughly where my reticle is. You can see there's an ibex there walking around, and there he is right there. You can just see his antlers. Let me get out my spotting scope. Not antlers, I think they're horns. I don't know if they shed annually or not, but I believe they would just be horns. He was actually just fighting with another. I'm spotting a female, probably that one. He was fighting with another ibex, so I'm not sure where that one is. But we can actually get to where he's at, and I think without a med kit, if you do it properly, which I will probably fail to do. But rather than spook him and have to follow him everywhere, I think as soon as he gives us a clear shot, we're going to take it. So we're almost to where we can just lay flat and have a really good angle. So we have the 270 ready to go, which by the way I really like the sound of. I started hunting with the 270 for ibex a while ago. Okay, you can hear the fighting again. Okay, you can just barely see it. Let me get the spotting scope again. Maybe we can catch a glimpse of it. So you can see it's happening behind the bush here. Looks like he won. I don't know. He's way bigger anyway, but yeah, as soon as we get a clear shot that I'm comfortable taking, we're going to go for it. He's moving around a lot, and there he's just not in the clear. So we're going to inch closer, but again, I don't want to spook him up that hill. There are areas that can be extremely difficult to try to claim ibex from if you shoot them. I think, yeah, he's still down there. So we're gonna keep working our way up, but at the same time being very careful. I remember not long after the map came out, I lost a big ibex that I shot up on the top of the steep area there, and I didn't know about like leaving render, or I forget the exact way of going about it anymore even. But if you shoot an ibex up on top, I think it is just leave render and they'll fall down, and you can hear they're fighting again. I forget if I mentioned earlier, but I think I finally got it figured out so that the game volume is actually audible. I've been working on that, and I just finally found a tutorial like yesterday, I think it was, and hopefully it's all working. I believe I had it in the last video you saw as well, but we'll see. As far as I could tell in what I reviewed from the footage, it was all good. Alright, so now I think we're going to have an opportunity here. Down he goes. I should have turned auto reload off now that I'm thinking of it. But let's just put a dot there with the binoculars. Suppose I could use the spotting scope, but right there. Let's see if one of these will give us a shot as well. I don't like to take running shots, especially in this situation as well, because if they try to run up on top, then you can forget about getting them, at least unless you do the out of render trick or whatever it is. Can't get centered on the vitals. Actually, it'd be best if he comes down where he is. I think he'll slide down where we need him. Looks like we're okay. Gonna keep an eye on him, but of course not moving the dot from the bigger one. So he's very slow falling. I think they should probably speed that up a little bit, but I think it's more the physics engine than like a specific thing in the code, part of the code, I guess. So he's right there. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the map. We're gonna put an X at the dot of our big one. And now we're gonna put a dot on this one we just shot. We're gonna put an X at it just in case I happen to move my dot, because you have no idea how many times I've done that. Like, I'll put my dot on a track of a deer I want to come back and track later or something, and like not 2 minutes later I move it for some other unnecessary reason usually. So I think we have to go around this rock to get up here. This is the area that I've hunted ibex in most. I don't really know why. It's just probably because I found that big ibex there not long after they came out, and I just tend to stick in this area a lot. But I'm really glad that I didn't end up shooting that smaller male, which was the one we shot second, but I had an opportunity to shoot him earlier and did not. I wanted to get a better shot, and what ended up happening was I heard the fighting sounds first, and there was that big one. So that's really good that it worked out that way. I think we're going, yeah, it's up on top of this shelf still. So sorry about like the extra length in between kills and stuff, but I think that might actually be a good thing. I get to talk about what's going on a bit more, and I don't think we're going to be able to get as many kills, so if you guys still like to just listen to whatever it is I have to say and that sort of thing, the video is still at least a bit long in normal length. So I believe if you fall on this rock you can survive. I'm not sure, but I have med kits. Alright, perfect. And he's on this shelf somewhere. Right there is a spot you can fall down, I think, and sometimes randomly get hurt. So where's our X? Is he that far over? Yeah, he probably is. So I'm really glad that we've had two really nice ibex already. There's another one up there, but if we shoot that, it's just going to end up stuck on top. So somewhere around in here, there he is, our nice ibex number 2. Let's see if he tops the first one. I didn't specifically look at that. Looks like he might. He doesn't have his dark antlers, which can dock the score just a little bit. The darker antlers, I believe, have a little bit of an added bonus, but I think he's got, I'm calling them antlers again, I think he's got bigger horns, I believe would be the correct term, but let's find out. 233, so just a bit smaller, I think. Was the other one 235? I've already forgotten. But we'll take a picture of him as well. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. He was way more cooperative than the last one. It took me much longer to get that trophy shot. So I'm not certain, but I think it's on this side that it's possible to get down without using a med kit to hopefully claim our other ibex. If it costs one med kit, that's okay, but obviously like to save those for necessary situations. So looking good so far as being able to make it down. There he is. And here we are. I think this is the right place. This might not be it, but whoa, slow down. Alright. I shouldn't be running, but I am trying to speed this up because obviously we've been in a lot of time in between actually shooting animals, but here he is. We made it down without using a med kit, which is fantastic. 167. So 4 ibex two really nice ones and a solid one in that 167. So that's really good. I think you can see this peak here. Sometimes, and actually quite often, there are ibex in that area, so that's where we're headed now. If we could get off this rock, there we go, and we'll see if there's any over there. In fact, there is one right there. It's a bit of a long shot, but there's another one. That's another like average size male. So I think what we're gonna do is actually just sit here and wait it out and see if he'll come down on the slope a bit more so he falls down when we take the shot and doesn't get stuck up there. And then if he decides to head up over the top, we'll try to get the other one that is down on the slope already. So it's just a waiting game. And actually, if he'd have kept going that way, we could have done it, but I don't want to risk it. And he's down where we need him now. I don't know why he started running. That was an epic dodge attempt, and I think it worked. He like curled and dodged the bullet entirely. Alright. I don't know if we're gonna find him, but we'll see. Alright, we have an ibex right here. I think it's a female. Get a spotting information. Yeah. So we're going to take our shot. She's just standing still, which is nice. And down she goes. Oddly enough, we're still in auto reload, even though I said earlier that I should have turned it off. I tend to just completely forget, and then that causes problems later on, which is why I still use it. Not because I need it, but because I forget. Simple as that, but that's alright. We'll just live with it. It's not that we're missing very much, but I guess you'd be able to see the ibex go down a bit more easily if I just left it off. But she is right here, and we can pick her up. We'll see if there's any more out along these ledges before we get too far south and out of the mountains here. I think what we're going to do is try to get one or two more in this area and then just go to the far south mountains and see what's up there. So we got shoulder blade and left lung. I forgot that was a mission. I think I need one more female ibex at 100% harvest value, so hopefully at some point during this hunt that can happen. But for now, we're just going to keep going. Alright, so we found our male ibex. And there's another one evidently up there that just spooked. I don't know if we'll have a shot at it. I also don't know that we can get up there and claim him. So, before we get too far away, although we are quite close, so it's certainly possible that we have a chance, but I don't think we're going to get to him. So we're going to go ahead and dot this, go to the map, and X marks the spot. So we'll leave render at some point. We've got a female ibex, which we need for the mission. I think that's at the base of that hill. Let me look at that again. Yeah, that should be down. You might see it. Yeah. Alright, so I'll wait for it to stop because we do need 100% harvest value. There's another one there. Also appears to be pretty small. So if either of them stops... Okay. Mission hopefully complete. If I could get the crosshairs to line up on the vitals, that'd be nice. That's a much more broadside shot actually. That should be mission complete. If I can find it. Alright. I'm gonna leave the dot on the male ibex so that we can hopefully come back and claim. He's so close to falling down. Like, so close. So I think leaving render and coming back will respawn him and he'll slide down. Those are all females and they're all running with the exact same gallop. That's quite interesting. But I think after we get this female, and then we come back and hopefully claim the male. That'll be it for the north part. We'll head south and see what's down there. But first, we do in fact have to find our female. That's a max weight male track, 75 to 120. My tracking is quite low, so that doesn't necessarily mean very much. The range is still 45 kilograms, I think. So it doesn't necessarily mean it is a big one. We've already killed 2 big ones also, so the likelihood of 3 big ibex spawning up here probably isn't all that high. So we'll probably leave that one unless we happen to come across another track from it that says it's fresh, or if we see it, of course, but that could very well be the one we shot, actually. Here is our female. So hopefully that mission is complete. I've had that mission for well over a year, and I just never got around to doing it. I'd never killed 3 female ibex at 100% harvest value. Finally, that mission's complete. So we're going to head this direction to get out of render of our male. That sounded very close. That's a male also. It's possible, I don't know if you can see where that's at, the bottom right corner of my hunter mate. It's possible that we'll be able to see that and take a shot. We'll certainly try, but I don't know, it looks like it may be pretty much out of sight. Alright, we should be coming up to where we can potentially see our ibex. There's actually one right there. That's him, or at least that's a male. So I imagine that the amount of females that just ran over this way, the fact that the first thing we find was a male surprised me entirely. So we're going to crawl up to the edge here because we're not going to be able to aim low enough from a prone position otherwise. Hopefully we can get down there to pick him up without using a medkit. We've managed everything so far without medkits. It's actually looking like we're going to have to take this shot from a crouch position. So I think we will do that before he gets out of view here. Down he goes. Whoa. Got a hit. Where did he come from? I'm out of ammo. This got interesting real fast. Did he go down? Or did he stop? Yes! 3 big ibex up here. How crazy is that? Okay, that's a female. If that was a male, I was gonna probably say something about our likelihood of it being a 4th really big one. Now I'm a lot less concerned about using a med kit, although I think you have to use one. I'm pretty sure I've had to claim ibex out here before. Don't roll too far. All right, state of the art med kits. Saving lives since 2009. Alright, so I think, yeah, this was the first one. 174. And how lucky was it that he ran up the hill towards us? He could have gone down or across, and we'd have just never seen him. Would have been as simple as that. And also, how about the fact that he died right here where we can get to him? That just works out absolutely perfect. Let's see what he scores now. 233. They're all about the same size, and we were too far back on both shots, which I knew, but you know what? It worked out, and we got a 3rd trophy ibex to take a picture of. Alright. Pretty good looking trophy shot. Super psyched just to be able to take 3 trophy shots of ibex all in one video. That's really cool. So now, don't really know how we're going to go about getting back up unless we can just do that. Could I have done that earlier, or did I have to fall? Because that was probably doable. Anyway, we got to go back and try to pick up the other male that's stuck up on top, who has hopefully now fallen down. We'll find out in just a moment, and then we're gonna head south. Alright, so we're coming up to where our Ibex was stuck. I don't see him on the hill. There he is right there on the ground, so that worked to perfection. And we can indeed claim our Ibex. For those of you that don't know, the reason that it actually works, most likely the reason he got stuck was he just laid down and died right there. So he didn't have really any momentum that would carry him downward, like to fall. But when you leave render, the objects like despawn, like the animals, specifically in this case. And when I re-entered render, he respawned, which would like give him the physical motion that was enough to have him fall. And there he was. So we can claim him. Now we're gonna head down here to the south. I have shied away from doing these Ibex hunting videos in the past, like before all the random Let's Go Hunting videos, simply because I normally don't have the time to hunt Ibex, but I've been hunting for like an hour exactly, and we've killed this many. That's crazy, especially the fact that we've had the 3 big ones. That's insane, so maybe I shouldn't have always been thinking the way I was, but anyway, we're going to head up here. We should hopefully run into Ibex quite quickly, but we'll see. Alright, so as predicted, we found an Ibex. Didn't take very long to do so. It's another average-sized male, and he's, I think, in a position we can take a shot, and he'll fall down to where we can claim him. So I like that angle, so let's take our shot. Looked like a good hit. I think he did start to run, but he shouldn't go far, and now he's dead. So get the binoculars ready to dot him so we don't lose him. Alright, he's coming the whole way down to where it'll be easy to get him, but we can make it up to here without a problem as well, which is actually where we're going next. So, we can go get him. Got some tracks here to check out. I want to show you the area I have my tripod and tent up here, because I think it's really awesome. Got some ptarmigan tracks, so if we see them, maybe we can get 1 or 2 of them as well. That may have been the first rock ptarmigan we've harvested on the channel. I think it is. That one earlier, after the first big Ibex, the first Ibex at all, actually. Which I'm still ecstatic about the amount of good-sized Ibex we're getting. I was just hoping to get 1. 3 is insane, but here's this guy. Break from the driving rain. That got loud. 175 score with a single lung shot. So I think 1 more will be good. Like I said, I want to show you this area I have up here just because I think it's really awesome. And then we'll probably call it a video because we've got quite a lot of kills already. But we'll go up here and I'll show you that spot. Alright, so we're coming up here to the area I wanted to show you. The only reason I'm crouching is there's actually ptarmigan not far from it, so we have a chance to get at least 1 of them. I would imagine there's more, considering the amount of tracks, but wow, just stepped on one. Let's see if we can get him out of midair. Wow, and we spooked an Ibex. So, we are going to run to get in this tripod and hopefully kill the Ibex. The ptarmigan won't go too far. I just saw it, and now I lost it. There's one way out there, but I wouldn't... Oh, there's several. There's another big Ibex. What are the chances? No, I need to find it again. Like, really? That's insane. That's a max score of 190 to 295. Now, quickly, I'll show you why I like this area so much. You can literally see everything. Now, it's raining, unfortunately, and I'd like to get this Ibex dead before somehow it gets away. So that's priority number 1 right now. And this is max zoom with the scope. You can barely see anything. So guess we'll still take our shot. I got in the tripod, right? Yeah. I don't know. Evidently, there's still a bit of wobble with the tripods. I lost sight of the Ibex again. You guys can probably see him, but I sure can't. Oh, there he is. Okay. So, that's the max 10 power, so he must be real close to render. So let's take our shot. Down he goes. Perfect. Alright, now I know there's a ptarmigan there and it's a male, but I want to get a dot on his location so we don't lose him. Alright, we'll get any ptarmigan that we can on the way over. We got the one over here that we got out of the air, which was cool. That was a male as well, so always nice. Let's see what he scores. 530, not a very big one, at least as far as I know. So, 4 really nice Ibex in one video. Oh, before I forget, if you want to put your tripod or possibly hunting tower in this spot, I don't know that a hunting tower would fit, but you can try. Got the coordinates there on the bottom of the screen. Hopefully I remember to put them in editing, but if not, hopefully you can see that. Just look at the U, the X, and Y. But yeah, hopefully I do remember to put that in. So I got the 22 ready if one of these ptarmigan that hides so well up here happens to show up. I'm just, as I said earlier, just ecstatic to actually get some nice Ibex. I did not expect to be able to accomplish that. Sounds like they're everywhere. Got 2. Alright, getting some ptarmigan hunting in as well. But yeah, anytime I ever go Ibex hunting, the most I ever get is 1 nice Ibex in a hunt, and to get 4 is just insane. So this video is probably going to end up being a little bit long, but I think that's okay. Another smallish male, 538 score. Also, for some reason, I haven't been too bad with the 22 shooting the ptarmigan out of the air. Was it Hirschfelden? The last video we did, I think. We missed the pheasant a bunch of times, I think, in the field. That might not have been in a video, I'm not sure, but 561, that's a bit of a bigger one. I don't remember if that was that hunt on Hirschfelden or a different one. I just could not hit a pheasant to save my life, but anyway. We're gonna go get our Ibex and call it a video as soon as we can make our way up here. By the way, that the view that you have from that tripod, the fact that it's raining and everything, what we got to see there didn't do it justice, and I might run back after this and give you a better look. Alright, so I mentioned I wanted to give you guys a look at this spot here from the tripod in the sun, since we couldn't see as well in the rain. And you can literally see out to render in like every direction. So any animal that's here is in sight. So that's just really, really good. And the spot's just a good area. There tend to be Ibex here, there tend to be ptarmigan here, and it just works out. So that's why I like this spot so much, and that's why I put a 10 here. You could just fast travel or spawn here and potentially just get in the tripod and see animals. That's why I like it. But yeah, if you like to hunt Ibex or ptarmigan, because this area does tend to have ptarmigan, this is by no means the first time that I've had ptarmigan up here by the tripod. It's a really nice spot, and you can see forever. So let's see what this Ibex scores. He's got a really big curl going on, so got high hopes that he's going to be bigger than the 230. 242. It is bigger than the 230. So, yeah. That's a good way to end. Alright, so I think this looks pretty good. Got the amazing scenery of Val-Des-Bois in the background, and got the sunlight hitting the Ibex, which looks really nice, so I'm pretty satisfied with this picture. So I think that's going to wrap up this video. This was hands down my best Ibex hunt ever. I've never killed that many big ones, let alone in the time frame that we did it. It took like an hour and a half at the most, which is just crazy. So yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.
Genau.